Hey all, and welcome back. So, if you managed to catch my extraordinarily long Bruticus review, you may have seen where I talked about Swindle, and he was just the best figure out of the whole thing. Enough to where I thought about getting a second one as something to display on his own. However, at the store today, ran across Hound. And I think this will be a good, since I wasn't put on collecting this wave for a Gestalt, I think this might be a perfect stand-in as having a bot mode. So let's go ahead and get him open up and see what he's like. Alright, so here we have him out of the package. And where in the other review I mentioned that this is not a retool of Rook, this is actually shared engineering, where they use the same way of transforming, essentially the same design, but it is a new mold. However, this one is a repaint. And that's fine by me because I wanted a character to display on his own, and I think this is a good enough stand-in. I probably like his colors a little bit better. It helps the detail pop out a little easier, but I think this is fine. And I do like Hound's head a bit better. But this is where they are together, and as you can see, other than a little bit of paint and different colored plastic, the bodies are the same. And the heads is actually not just a different face, it's the whole head, which I think is a pretty good move on their part. So definitely the choice of colors helps these stand apart on their own. So put him on the side, it comes with the exact same weapons. Same combiner, foot, hand, and same gun. Now one difference is this is completely painted, where Swindle's wasn't painted at the bottom. Don't know why, but it wasn't painted there. So anyway, keep this short just because I spent so much time on him before. Great figure. Let's go ahead and get him into vehicle mode. So same articulation, swivel and everything. And before I transform, one thing I mentioned in the Bruticus review how so many of them could actually be reappropriated for GoBots. I could see a total GoBot tribute Gestalt made out of this. And I mentioned that this might be a good one for Jeeper Creeper. And there are some similarities. Even the sticker on his chest kind of replicates the Combiner Wars port. Just need to make him a little hat, something that could be popped off and maybe put on the back ports here as a tire and gas tank. And there you go. This is a good option for doing a Jeeper Creeper GoBot custom, if one was to do so. So anyway, let's go ahead and get him transformed. Got this back here. Pops out. Rotate the head. Head sits right there. You don't have to rotate the head, but I don't like the face sticking out. Legs have the claps feature in them, which is signature to this line. Snaps like that. And then you've got these fronts of the Jeep that would act as the feet. Folds up front. Arms have a hinge here. Slide it up. Turn the arms. And they just lock in here. This panel, and for being a repaint, this figure is not very loose, though it does feel slightly less tight as the other one. And this panel, it does go easier on this figure. You have to make sure you get the two pegs in. Holds the feet together and it makes this flush. And it just completes the transformation. And you've got the gunner. Tend to go there. And as I mentioned before, not an entirely realistic vehicle mode, just because the way the cockpit design is sort of like a one-person seat in there, automated turret gun, and then you can just put the other weapon there, and there you go, vehicle mode. And for direct comparison, here's Swindle. Actually, pop his head up there. Now it's a direct comparison. And I think in Jeep mode, I'm kind of split. There's a little oversaturation in the colors of this green. Maybe a little bit more drab. It may not pop as much, but it might have a better sense of realism. And this green actually would be fine had all these other accents been painted as well. It'd help break it up, where it's just this big solid chunk of green. This, on the other hand, I don't know. It seems a little, it being a little bit more muted, it does seem better. Both have the same flaw: body colored pegs. Paint those black. I think we'll fix that a lot. These figures definitely could use some paint apps. They would really bring out all the detail. But as is, still pretty nice. Still look good. And I'm going to bring over Bruticus here just to show him off as a leg. So, fold the toes forward. And while I'm not going to use them as a combined mode, it gives you guys an idea of what it'll look like. Swing the port up. And who knows, maybe you'll end up being one of those who finds every single other one, but you can't find... See, is that up enough? There we go. You can't find Swindle. So this may end up being a stand-in for someone, or you might like the color better. And the colors don't look bad. But like I said, a little oversaturated. It does make them stand out a little bit. And as for another mode, if they do enough variables... I know Bruticus Maximus did not have 2 Jeeps. He had 2 helicopters and 2 tanks. But you could definitely get some dual vehicles on here, especially if we get another tank remold. That, maybe orange helicopter. Get some interesting looks going on. And this is actually kind of nice. Both these Jeeps as legs, having 2 of those, and probably a second helicopter, something like that, would go well and make this kind of an interesting, just twin bot look. But let's go ahead and put things back the way they're supposed to be. This one goes over here. Brawl goes over here. And I have Skylinks. I did a review of him as well. But he looks superior with aerial bots, and that's sort of the configuration I'll be going with him. So let's move him out of the way real quick and make this into arm mode. And to go into arm mode, and this guy's actually intended to be the arm for Skyrain. What we need to do is... let's take this off. Cockpit comes up. Legs split down, and this one's a nice simple transformation going to all the modes. Snap the legs back together. That gives you the arm. This comes down for the shoulder. You need to raise the head up just enough for the peg to go in, and that gives you that. And then these do not hold all that great, and that could be a little bit of fatigue starting to show. Let's see, but it's clicked in there, so you'll have to be a little bit delicate when you're posing around the combiner mode, because the things do not hold together as well. So that gives us our double elbow bend. Snap this back to where it belongs. Yeah, this one is I would say a little bit looser than the Swindle, but as a robot, it does just fine. Flip open the hands, and let's see here. I don't know if they have a actual place. I don't see anything on here for where the gun's supposed to go. In arm mode, we'll just go ahead and put it like that. And then let's move him back out here. And there's what he's like as an arm. And he's not a bad arm. I'm not as keen on these wide, flat forearms compared to the more cylinder shape that you would have on the jet or the helicopter. I do think it's a bit bulky, but it's not bad. It's not a bad arm. I do think he's a much better leg, and even more so, this guy's just going to be a bot. He's just a great looking bot. So, move all this out of the way. So there's his combine modes, and then very easy to get him back into robot mode. Yeah. Very nice robot, especially if you already have Swindle and you want something to display in bot mode. This is definitely a great thing to pick up. Or if you're just trying to collect more of these bots, he is definitely one to look out for. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.